Hello folks, this is Leon Jimenez with Phoenix Home Gurus. You're not looking at me, you're looking at Mark Agostinelli. He is the reason why he and WorkSpouse Consulting are the reasons why we have had such incredible success. And I wanted to interview him and ask him some questions about how he does what he does and how that affects how some of our listings and how some of our marketing becomes much more effective. So, first of all, Mark, if you could tell us a little bit about your background, and especially your background at Facebook.
Okay. So, most of my life, I've been involved in business. Not necessarily small business, but usually larger businesses where I'd be hired as an executive to come on board to find problems that exist in the company. Usually when I'd come on board, it would usually be because sales might have fallen in the last year and they don't know why, or employees keep resigning or quitting on them, and I would come in and help troubleshoot those problems. I would help find or develop ways for companies to increase their sales. I would do such things as analyzing their chart of accounts, their P&L, their marketing budget, and seeing what type of marketing efforts they have done in the past to see how to make it better in the future. With that knowledge, over time, I landed an opportunity to work with Facebook. And with my prior knowledge in general business, I was able to contribute a lot at Facebook because I understood the business. I understood how businesses operate, what their values are, what they need to succeed. And while at Facebook, I was trained about the algorithm, how it works, how to get ad sets to optimize. And I would usually get assigned 150 clients per a 3-month period per quarter. And during those 3 months, I would speak with clients over the phone. Some of them were quite large, other ones were pretty small. And I would understand their needs, what they needed to do to help build their business so they could have a little bit more of an efficient approach to marketing themselves on Facebook. Usually most clients, when they attempt to advertise on Facebook, they're usually incredibly inefficient because they don't know how the algorithm works. They don't know how to optimize ad sets to perform well. So then later on I broke away and I'm on my own now, and this is and that's pretty much my background. So what else would you like to know?
Now, you're talking about the algorithm. Is that algorithm something that's shared with the public, or is it something that's proprietary that only internal Facebook people do?
So that's a pretty good question, actually. A lot of the knowledge about the algorithm circulates online. There are some people who claim that they may be a Facebook guru and that they know the algorithm very well, and really it's from past experience. So like they would attempt an ad set and they would get a certain result, and then they would attempt another ad set assuming that what they did was correct or wrong, and doing more of a trial and error approach on getting the ad sets to optimize. While at Facebook, I was trained in depth about how the algorithm works. What would yield good results, and from learning the algorithm in and out, I have developed a way to be as efficient as possible, to save as much money as possible when running an ad set.
Okay. Now, we here at Phoenix Home Guru have been the beneficiaries of a lot of that. We were able to actually get some incredible traction due to your efforts because you did it differently. Other people, it would have cost 10, 15 times more to do what we have in such a short period of time. Can you tell us a little bit about how you do it without giving away too much of your trade secrets?
Well, some of the strategies that I do is I always start small. Many advertising agencies may persuade you to take $1,000 and immediately dump it on an ad set blind and not knowing if it's going to yield results or not. I always do things in piecemeal. So I'll do something like take an ad set, and even though you have $1,000 a day to spend, I'll take $30 of that, run an ad set, and see the results. Then I would increase slowly, and using opening and closing doors. It goes back to my old business experience of being an analyst in a business. It's troubleshooting. Doors open, doors close. And as I increase the budget, or as I change the audience, I know before I make a move. I don't assume before I make a move. And that is the major difference between knowing what you're doing on the Facebook platform and not knowing what you're doing on the Facebook platform.
Yeah, that's really borne a lot of fruit for us, because you have treated our ad spend as if it's coming straight out of your own pocket.
Yes, that's very important. I don't blindly spend my clients' money, and I have heard some horror stories in the past where agencies they try to get as much advertising dollars out of you as possible, and they just spend the money haphazardly. When I take on a new client, I always ask questions such as, where do you stand with your business right now? I mean, are you struggling? Are you in survival mode? Are you in growth mode? Are you getting ready to retire? These are all questions that I ask, and it helps me put myself in their shoes to know where they're coming from, because wasting a client's money is the worst thing to do. It hurts everybody. It hurts me. It hurts them. And it could be quite damaging, especially if the pocketbook is limited for the business and you're blowing it all on blind advertising.
Yeah, just to be clear, we're not one of those people that spends $1,000 a day on advertising, and Mark, through his efforts, has made it so that we were able to get as much bang for the buck as we possibly could. And it's amazing. One of the reasons I've got him in front of the camera is because through his efforts, when we put an ad out for your home that it needs to get out to people, it's getting seen. Can you tell us about the percentage of people, if you haven't got an optimized Facebook page, that see an ad as compared to after your efforts?
Yes, so if well, that's kind of a loaded question, because there's certain angles that you could choose. I mean, it's very possible that if you have the wrong audience, like in other words, during the ad set level, if you're going after an audience that's incorrect, like you try to take a lookalike audience and you base it off the wrong kind of custom audience, you'll wind up getting results where it would send out as many impressions as possible to the wrong people. So the ad is being delivered to the wrong kind of person. So the number of impressions may be high, but the people that it's coming across aren't the kind of person that would need your services, or the kind of person that may fill out a lead ad for a house that's up for sale. So that's more like how the platform behaves. Now, if your page, for instance, doesn't have a lot of followers, or the page itself doesn't have enough ranking, it's very possible that if you have something like 100 followers on a page, and you were to organically post something on a page, your post will end up on their feed 3 miles down, and they'll never see it. But if you have, let's say, 2,500 followers or more, you're now more in the top 50 percentile of followers for a page. So, for instance, there might be somewhere in the area of like 100 to 120 million, pages out there of Facebook pages for businesses. And majority of them, the bottom 50%, have less than 2,500 followers. The moment that you break 2,500 followers or 3,000 followers, you're now in the top 50 percentile, and you'll gain more exposure if you organically post something on Facebook.
Yeah, I can really attest to that, because we, once we got the following that we did, we were able to see that people were seeing our ads, and we were getting much more response.
Exposure, that's right.
And the quality of the response was much better. So for those folks that have homes that are outside of a normal searching area, we were able to really make a difference in getting eyes on their home that otherwise would not be there, and that's because of Mark's work.
And this helps you as a real estate agent, because majority of the real estate agents that are out there, if somebody wanted to sell their house, for instance, they may sign up with you, and the difference that can make it or break it could be your Facebook existence, because if you sign up with the wrong real estate agent that doesn't have this kind of exposure on Facebook, it becomes more difficult to sell a house. So like for instance, if you were to spend $10, Leon, on advertising a home, and a different agent were to spend $10 on advertising a home that's up for sale, you'll yield higher results compared to the other agent that might not have prepped themselves or prepped their Facebook page in such a way that they'll be able to sell the house as easily as you. So this is something to consider, especially when hiring a real estate agent. Is if it's easy for them to actually market your house. Real estate agents may promise you the world, but one thing that I would do if I was trying to find a real estate agent is ask them, how are they going to market your house? And if they say something like Facebook, go on Facebook, check out, see how many followers they have, see the other ads that they're running, see if they really do have a lot of exposure online, because that can make or break it if the real estate agent fails at the end and is not able to actually sell your home.
Yeah, what you've done is given us that marginal edge to have the ability to get beyond the norm, beyond the din of the rest of the people out there. So what you want out of an agent is basically what Mark is giving us, is that extra oomph, that extra power for the ads to actually make a difference. And it's made a huge difference in our business and the way we do business in the short time that we've been involved with Mr. Agostinelli and Agostinelli PLLC. And I highly recommend it. We can get into this for hours, but because of the technicalities of it, most people would get lost, including myself. So I highly recommend this gentleman if you're looking for. He's not just with real estate, but he is with any business, small or large. He can certainly do quite a bit of good for you as he has done for me. This is Leon Jimenez for Phoenix Home Guru. Thank you very much. You folks have a good day.
And thank you for listening to me. All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.